You know, I hear it all the time from folks over 60. I eat oatmeal every morning. It's healthy, right? And sure, oats are packed with fiber, they're great for your heart, and they keep you full. But here's the problem. Most seniors are making a few critical mistakes with their oatmeal that are actually speeding up aging, sapping their energy, and even causing joint pain. And the worst part? You'd never even know it. So if you've been feeling more achy, sluggish, or just older than you should lately, it might not be your age, it might be how you're eating your oats. Today, we're going to uncover the biggest oatmeal mistakes people over 60 make, especially mistake number 2, which is silently adding years to your body. And don't worry, I'll also give you the simple fixes so you can keep enjoying your oats the right way. Hi, I'm Betty and I'm so happy you're joining me today. Before we dive into this important topic, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and comment below telling me where you're watching from. I love connecting with all of you from around the world, so now let's begin. Let's start with the first mistake. Because this one's so common, you've probably been doing it for years. Mistake number 1, cooking oats too long. You might think, the longer I cook them, the softer they get, the easier they'll be to digest. But here's the truth, overcooking oats destroys the nutrients that make them so good for you in the first place. When you boil them down to mush, you're breaking down the fiber, killing off vitamins, and turning them into a sticky paste that slows digestion instead of helping it. And here's what happens next, that gluey oatmeal sits in your stomach like a brick, making you feel bloated, sluggish, and even worsening constipation, which is the opposite of what oats are supposed to do. The fix? Don't cook them to death. If you're using rolled oats, just bring your water or milk to a boil, stir in the oats, and let them sit for 2 to 3 minutes off the heat. They'll soften without turning into paste. Or better yet, try overnight oats. Just mix them with liquid, let them soak in the fridge, and boom, no cooking, no nutrient loss, just creamy, easy to digest goodness. Mistake number 2, adding this healthy sweetener, aging you faster. This is the big one, the mistake that's secretly making you feel older than you are. And I'll bet you've been told it's a good choice. I'm talking about agave syrup, honey, or even brown sugar, anything that turns your oatmeal into a sugar bomb. Here's why it's so dangerous. When you spike your morning meal with sugar, even natural sugar, you're setting off a chain reaction in your body, blood sugar crashes, inflammation spikes, and your joints start to ache. But here's the worst part, sugar ages your cells by speeding up something called glycation. That's when sugar molecules latch onto proteins in your body, like collagen in your skin and joints, making them stiff, brittle, and old. So that daily spoonful of honey? It's not just sweetening your oats, it's stiffening your knees, wrinkling your skin, and draining your energy. The fix? Sweeten smarter. Try cinnamon, balances blood sugar, mashed banana, natural sweetness plus potassium, or a tiny bit of pure maple syrup, lower glycemic impact. Or better yet, train your taste buds to enjoy oats without added sugar. After a few weeks, you won't even miss it. Now, before we move on to the next mistake, let me ask you, have you ever noticed your joints feel stiffer after breakfast? If so, the next mistake might be why. You know that creaky feeling in your knees when you stand up after breakfast? Or that stiffness in your hands that makes it hard to open jars later in the day? Most people blame just getting older, but what if I told you your oatmeal might be making it worse? That's right. There's a hidden ingredient many seniors add to their oats every morning that's fueling inflammation, and I'm not talking about sugar this time. This one's sneaky because it's often marketed as healthy, even though it's making your joints ache and your body feel decades older. Let's dive in. Mistake number 3, using skim or low-fat milk, the inflammation trap. If you're pouring skim milk or low-fat dairy over your oats, thinking it's the heart-healthy choice, I've got news for you. You might be robbing your body of key nutrients while inviting more pain. Here's why. When they remove the fat from milk, They also strip out the fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin D and K2, that help your body absorb calcium properly. Without those vitamins, calcium doesn't go to your bones, it ends up in your joints and arteries, making them stiff and brittle. And worse? Low-fat dairy is often loaded with added sugars to make up for the missing flavor. So you're getting a double whammy, less nutrition and more inflammation. The fix? Go full fat or go dairy-free. Whole milk or cream, in moderation, gives you those essential vitamins. Or try unsweetened almond milk, fortified with calcium and D, or coconut milk, natural anti-inflammatory fats. Your joints will thank you. Mistake number 4, ignoring the toppings that fight pain. Here's where most seniors miss a golden opportunity. Your oatmeal bowl is prime real estate for anti-aging, anti-pain superfoods. But instead, many folks just sprinkle a little cinnamon and call it a day. Let me ask you this. What if you could turn your morning oats into a joint-healing, brain-boosting power meal with just one extra ingredient? For example, chia seeds, soaked 10 minutes, packed with omega-3s to cool inflammation and lubricate stiff joints. Turmeric plus black pepper. A pinch of this duo works better than aspirin for morning aches, science backs this. Walnuts. Crushed walnuts add crunch and melatonin, which helps regulate sleep and reduce arthritis pain. The simplest upgrade? Stir in a spoonful of ground flaxseed. It's cheap, easy, and loaded with lignans, fiber that clears out excess hormones that accelerate aging. Just mix it in after cooking so you don't destroy the good fats. Now, before we get to the final mistake, the one that's silently damaging your gut, let me pause and ask, have you ever noticed bloating or indigestion after eating oats? If so, the next mistake might be the culprit. You know that uncomfortable bloating you sometimes feel after breakfast? That heavy, sluggish sensation that makes you want to loosen your waistband? Most people brush it off as just part of getting older, but what if I told you your oatmeal could be the hidden culprit? And worse, there's one common way of preparing oats that's wrecking your digestion without you even realizing it. But here's the good news. Once you fix this last mistake, you could be enjoying your oats with more energy, less bloating, and better nutrient absorption, which means more strength, clearer thinking, and yes, even fewer aches. Let's get into it. Mistake number 5, eating oats raw or too dry, the gut's worst enemy. Now, I know some folks swear by sprinkling dry oats on yogurt or blending them into smoothies, but here's the brutal truth. Raw oats contain phytic acid, a natural compound that blocks your body from absorbing key minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium. Over time, this can lead to nutrient deficiencies, weaker bones, and even worse joint pain. And that's not all. Dry oats are harder to digest, which means they can sit in your gut like a rock, causing gas, bloating, and even constipation, the exact opposite of what fiber is supposed to do. The fix? Always soak or cook your oats. Even just 10 minutes of soaking in liquid, water, milk, or a dairy-free alternative, neutralizes the phytic acid and makes the oats gentler on your stomach. If you're in a hurry, instant oats are pre-steamed for easier digestion, just avoid the flavored kinds packed with sugar. Bonus, the perfect anti-aging oatmeal bowl. Now that we've covered what not to do, let's put it all together. Here's how to build an oatmeal bowl that fights aging, boosts energy, and keeps you feeling light and strong all morning. Base, rolled or steel-cut oats, soaked overnight or lightly cooked. Liquid, full-fat coconut milk, anti-inflammatory, or almond milk, fortified with vitamin D. Toppings. Chia seeds, soaked, for omega-3s and joint lubrication. Turmeric plus black pepper natural pain relief. Handful of blueberries packed with brain-protecting antioxidants. Sweetener, optional a drizzle of pure maple syrup or cinnamon for natural sweetness. This combo gives you steady energy, less inflammation, and better digestion, so you're not just eating oats, you're eating medicine. Look, I get it, change isn't always easy. Maybe you've been eating oatmeal the same way for decades. But here's what I want you to remember. Your body isn't the same as it was at 40, 50, or even 60. The foods that used to work for you might be working against you now. The good news? These fixes are simple. No crazy diets, no expensive supplements, just smarter choices with the same foods you already love. Start with one change this week, maybe soaking your oats overnight or swapping skim milk for coconut milk. See how you feel. Your joints, your gut, and your energy levels will tell you if it's working. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these oatmeal mistakes affecting you? What's your favorite way to eat oats now? Drop a comment below and let's chat. If this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with a friend who needs it, and subscribe for more real talk about senior health. Because getting older doesn't have to mean feeling older. Here's to your health, and many more pain-free, energized mornings ahead.